I've gone through a couple of iterations when it comes to my desk setup since last year, but after trying multiple desks and accessories, I think I landed exactly what I wanted to be, at least for now. I was quite happy with my old IKEA countertop that you guys have seen probably in older videos, but I think a change like this was needed. Welcome to my 2025 desk setup video. As I said before, the good old IKEA desk was great, but in my case, too narrow. Plus, taking in consideration that it was a fixed height made it a problem, especially for long working sessions. As I get closer to my 30s, even if I forget, my back keeps reminding me of the importance of a good chair and desk setup. So let's start with that. This is the FlexiSpot E6 standing desk measuring 72 inches long by 30 inches wide, and it has been by far an excellent upgrade to my setup. I was originally leaning more towards darker tones, but the bamboo top grew on me quite a bit. This desk is wide enough to support my desk accessories more comfortably than my previous carbon countertop from IKEA, even though it's a great option as well, especially on a budget. And more importantly, I can actually change the height of the desk to make my experience of working in my studio for long hours more enjoyable. The desk has 4 memory slots for your preferred height configuration, but as for me, I only use 2. I can see those other slots a lot more useful if you share your working space with somebody else, or if you can simply be comfortable no matter what. My cable management is nothing crazy. At the moment, I'm just using a cable tray that clamps onto my desk, and as long as I can see the cables, that's enough for me. It'll improve later, but for now, it works. Along with the desk, the second most important piece of a setup is a good chair, and in my case, I'm using the OC6 from FlexiSpot as well. The mesh fabric makes the chair very breathable, which is a must-have for me. It also features adjustable lumbar support, which has helped me to keep a good posture while working long hours, which was a bit of a challenge with my previous setup. It also has a good head support piece that I find very comfortable. Adding to that, the armrests are also adjustable to fit your body shape the best. There's a lot of high quality chairs out there that can potentially outperform this one, but for the price, the looks and features are hard to beat. Now let's talk about the pieces that elevate my desk setup the most, which are my peripherals, starting with my keyboard of choice. I've been using the MX Master keys for a couple of years now, and if someone asks me which keyboard to buy, I will more than likely recommend it because of how well it adapts to anyone's setup, especially if you're a Mac user, since the familiar typing experience will be beneficial when having your MacBook in clamshell mode. Lately, I've been trying to explore a little bit more the mechanical keyboards for their more elevated look and extraordinary typing experience. Saying this, for the last month, I've been using the Keychron Q1 Max, and I'm absolutely in love with this keyboard. The configuration is the shell-wide frame with the Gator and Jupiter linear switches paired with the double gasket design to reduce the acoustic resonance in between metals and reduce the impact noise while typing. Plus, if you're interested in hearing the typing sound, here's a clip, so let me know what you guys think. One of my favorite things about this keyboard is obviously the build quality, as the frame is made of CNC aluminum and it's quite heavy. Again, it's not like something you notice often, but it feels really nice. The keyboard is compatible with Mac and Windows via Bluetooth or wired, so regardless of your setup, you can make it work. As you saw, this one is configured to match the Mac layout, but the box comes with the keycaps conversion for Windows, along with the needed tools for that or any other customization down the line. One thing to point out is that the keyboard elevation is a little bit high, saying that long typing sessions may be a little bit of a bothersome experience to your wrist. So don't be like me and get a proper palm rest to resolve that issue. I'm actually about to buy one myself right after this video is uploaded. With that keyboard, you need a good mouse, and for me, that mouse is the MX Master 3S. You guys have probably heard everything about this mouse already since it has been released for quite a while now, but it's amazing. After all this time, it hasn't crossed my mind even the possibility of buying a replacement, since the MX Master 3S has all the customization I could possibly need for productivity and creative work. The side-scrolling wheel comes in handy when navigating my timeline when editing videos, and the ergonomics alone are enough reason for anyone to at least give it a try. This mouse comes in white and black, but even though the white one looks the best in my opinion, I wouldn't recommend it because from what I've seen, it doesn't age very well. Get the black one instead, and rest assured that it'll look great for many years to come. Just make sure to clean it every now and then to keep the good condition on. My mouse and keyboard are sitting on my desk mat from Delta Hub. I got this one about a year ago, and it has held up very well. It feels very premium and made with high quality materials while also being very comfortable to work on. It matches very well the aesthetics of my desk, and more importantly, importantly, it's easy to clean. I think this one is their large size, but I'm not too sure. I'll make sure to add the one that I'm using to the description below if you guys are interested. And again, I'm sure that there's better options out there, but for the price, it's hard to beat. I see myself keeping this one long term, since as of now, it has everything I look for in a desk mat. At the time of filming this video, Amazon has it at 50% off, which is even more of a great deal than it was before. So make sure to grab it if you're interested, because I don't think you'll find anything better at that price. On my desk, I also have a dynamic mic that I use for creating content. Right now is the one that you're listening to, and it's my Rode Pod mic. And to make it straight to the point, for $100, you cannot get a better mic in my opinion. Having a sound treated room is really important as a content creator, especially when majority of my content is created right here at my desk. But I haven't done that yet. Saying this, depending on the mic that I use, the reverb could be a problem. However, some of that could be solved in post. But from all the mics that I have, I prefer the dynamic mics the most, since it focuses mostly on nearby sounds. Therefore, it captures my voice with more clarity than my NKE 600, which I still use in occasions, but it depends on what I'm filming that day. My pod mic is paired with my audio mixer Scarlett 2i2 Gen 4 and combined with my Beyerdynamic DT770 Pro X. And yeah, that's a complicated name. But yeah, with that, I edit all of my videos. The Scarlett 2i2 Gen 4, and again, especially the Gen 4, powers my pod mic without the need of a cloud lifter, allowing me to have way more gain control than with a Gen 3. This mixer can also power the SM7B, which makes it a much more attractive purchase in my opinion. At first, I was doing all of my editing with the AirPods Max, but sometimes you don't realize all the audio enhancing some headphones can do, affecting the way that you truly want your audio to sound. Having something like the Beyerdynamic DT770 Pro X allows me to edit my videos more accurately and monitor the audio levels as I work on some of my voiceovers for YouTube. It has a wider frequency response of 5 to 40,000 Hz. Even at a high sound pressure, the driver system remains extremely low in distortion, and more importantly, this is the limited edition version, which means that the wire on the headphones detaches, so it saves you down the line. If something goes wrong with the wire, you can always replace it. Although I haven't used it for long enough, Beyerdynamic has an excellent track record, and so far they have shown to be very high quality. Now powering my whole setup is my trusty 14-inch M3 Max MacBook Pro. This one has the base M3 Max with a 14-core CPU, a 30-core GPU, and 36 gigs of unified memory. For all the things that I do, it has been working incredibly well. It covers all of my creative and productivity needs without any issues. But at times, depending on what I'm working on DaVinci, I've experienced some slowdowns, which from what I've seen is not unique to my MacBook, as the M4 Max still struggles a little bit with ultra noise reduction since it's so power hungry. But luckily for me, it's not something that I do often enough to be a problem. Export times are really fast, unless again I have a lot of ultra noise reduction in my clips, but for the most part it has served me incredibly well. My MacBook is mostly used in clamshell mode since I've found myself doing most of my heavy work at the studio. Therefore, I have it paired with my amazing studio display. And I know it's an expensive monitor, and you can debate that 60Hz refresh rate in 2025 is not as appealing as 120Hz. And I can agree with that, but this monitor is mostly marketed for creatives. Saying this, we obviously can benefit from having a higher refresh rate, but it doesn't bother me as much when most of the things that I do here are editing 24 FPS videos, editing photos, and productivity. Saying this, color accuracy tends to be a more important factor in this case for me. Adding to that, the build quality is absolutely amazing. I love the aluminum frame and how premium it feels, but again, I do agree it may be a little bit outdated for some of you in 2025, and we may be near to an upgrade soon. It's also worth mentioning that the speakers from the studio display are actually really good as well, probably the best speakers of any monitors out there. To light up my space, I've been using the BenQ screen by Halo, and it has been my favorite screen bar I've used so far. It comes very well to my monitor, and it provides good illumination to all the accessories on my desk without showing any reflections on my display, which is not the case with some of the other screen bars out there. The screen bar comes with a very nice controller to adjust the brightness, temperature, and illumination mode. By that I mean that you can control where the light goes. You can choose to illuminate the peripherals, the back of the display to give a little bit more depth to your setup, or both, which is my preferred way to have it. But the most important thing about this screen bar is that it alleviates eye strain, which usually becomes an issue after working for long hours. Now, the BenQ screen bar Halo is not the only lighting solution in my setup. As for the nature of what I do, having a proper light to film my videos is extremely important. This is the Amaran 300C, and I think it's the only light you'll need as a creative. First, it's very bright and it comes in handy for any situation. In my case as a key light, I typically use it at 10 to 15% along with my Aperture Dump 3 to soften the light on my subject. But when I film products or to light up the room, I have enough power for all of those needs thanks to the 300 watts of output it has. One of my favorite things about this light is that it's RGB, so you can pretty much change any color you want to match the scene for a more creative look, and it can easily be controlled using the dials at the back of the light or using the app, which is my preferred way to customize my setup. To finish this up, I want to talk about a must-have accessory for any desk setup, which is a quick access charger. In my case, I'm using the Nomos 5-in-1 desktop charger from Basis. It features two USB Type-C ports, one USB Type-A port, and and a useful retractable USB Type-C that supports 100 watts of charging and a G2 wireless charger. It also has an LCD display that provides real-time charging status monitoring, which can be useful at times. All of these features are packed into a compact and aesthetically pleasing design, which is also important if you value the look of the accessories you choose for your desk, especially if you have any sort of theme in mind. And that's pretty much it. This is my dream desk setup, and I'm saying dream setup, but it might vary from case to case. The important thing is to build something that works well for you. It doesn't matter if it's the cheapest or most expensive setup out there, as long as it helps you work better. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.